Archana, in this segment, we're talking about AI, talent, and the future of recruitment.
Yes.
So, you described yourself as someone who believes in the combination of AI and human intelligence. How do you see that relationship evolving in the real workplace?
Okay. Let me tell you, when I realized that yes, I have to learn the AI tools which is in the market, it was quite some time back. And when I see, AI has been there in the market.
Right.
For
It's
quite
only
some-
become prominent.
Yes, it's prominent only now. The usage is now. But AI has been in the market, in fact, since 60s.
Oh,
Yes, in the market it has been since 60s, but the usage is only now. People are aware of it now more.
right.
But so I realized that we are doing a lot of mundane and chores job, as a recruiter or as a TA person. So then what happens is that there is a lot of time which is consumed in sourcing, in screening, and there are times when I have worked in a project where my team members are calling about 300 calls a day. Yes, so that is really huge. And so to call 300 people, they would have at least screened about 500 CVs a day.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Very true.
So about 500 CVs. Can you imagine the numbers? And this is
It's
for
like a factory, I
yes,
guess,
it's like
churning that kind of numbers out.
exactly.
True.
So when you are into volume hiring,
Right.
definitely you should, I would say, with blindfolded, you should be going to AI tools.
Right.
But when it comes to leadership hiring, yes, there is a lot of senior roles where you will be requiring involvement not only in the selection process but at the same time screening process as well.
Right.
So you have to be a part of sourcing, screening, and also interviews. So yes, AI is a helping aid.
Yeah.
And I think today that's where I realized that yes, I have to learn AI, and that's how I took the certification from LinkedIn, and I also did a course from London School of Economics.
Okay.
So that was a very interesting course where I learned what is the future of AI going to be,
Okay.
their involvement in our work today. But at the same time, I was rest assured that yes, my job is not going to go from the market.
Right.
So yes, it's very important that you have to adapt it. At the same time, you know how to train it and use it for yourself.
Yourself. So, Archana, tell us what are some of the conversations that are happening around AI in recruitment that you feel deserves more attention and that's probably not heard in the industry right now. What are those areas?
Many actually. Firstly, I would like to say that every recruiter and every professional in this industry should not have that fear. The first is the fear factor,
Right.
People think that, okay, if I learn, there are people who think that if I learn AI today, tomorrow my job won't be there. Or,
Right.
that way. Or maybe my colleagues won't be there tomorrow. So that's the kind of fear which is there in the market. And talking about the growth wise, yes, there is tools which is making every person pace up their work.
Right.
And to be honest, one of the example I'll give you is one of the large organization which it's like one of the top 3 actually, I would say, in the world. An e-commerce company. I don't want to name them right now, but then so this e-commerce company, somewhere in 2016, they started with the AI recruitment. Okay, and what AI does is it works on your historical data. Okay, so when you are giving instructions or when you are setting parameters, what it does is it would be collecting data as per your historical data. Okay,
Right.
so what happens is so there can be some biased outcome. So in this particular company, what happened is they had most of the data was only the male data. the male candidates.
Right.
So it automatically picked up that yes, the candidates have to be male.
Okay.
And all the female candidates were rejected. It used to dump all the female candidates.
Right.
So there was a gender biased outcome of it. And this they realized it only in 2018, after 2 years almost.
Oh, that's a long time.
Yes, that's a long time actually. So because you see application of it, then getting into the process, then screen, today we have the tools pretty much running up pretty fast, but
Right.
in those days it wasn't. I mean, I'm just talking about 8-9 years back.
Right.
So in 2018 they had to completely close that AI recruitment system.
Right.
So that then they did develop the new software, and then again they had to put the
Redo.
parameters this time, redo it. And so this is what it can be that sometimes the AI outcome may be biased. It can be that sometimes it's not accurate, the accuracy may not be there. So yes, people are reluctant sometimes to use it because of the accuracy, but you need to know how to fine tune it.
Right.
If you are giving the right instructions, AI will give you the right outcome.
Right. But then there's also this fact of, there's this over dependence on AI where you're making it work for you. So, organizations are becoming increasingly data driven as well. How do we ensure the human element remains at the heart of these hiring decisions?
See, we can ensure by not having that power shift.
Okay.
So let us just go a little back in the history. When computer came in,
Right.
what happened is everyone was worried about it, that yes, how so the power shift was not that much. There was still dependency of the entire human is only operating all that.
Sure.
Then came the internet. When internet boom was there, again people thought that it will not be we will be losing our jobs, internet will take over, all that.
Right.
But at the same time we understood that yes, how to use internet and how to apply it everywhere.
True.
Now coming to AI, the same way that we have to apply AI everywhere, but you have to know that yes, where the power shift happens.
Right.
It cannot, you cannot you see, AI is an enabler, it's an aid, it's a tool. Yeah, it's a tool. So who is using that tool? It is we who is using it.
Right.
Yeah, earlier we used to give if we talk about the evolution of the computers. Evolution of computers happened when initially we used to have coding, then we used to have DOS commands,
Right.
and then you came with different languages.
Right.
So today it's become a simple language. That's it. So that's how slowly the shift of dependency has happened.
Right.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying, that there is not a power shift, but it's just the shift of work wise.
Right.
Okay, now you see how you utilize that. After all, we are the one who
We're
has
using
made
it. True, very true.
who have invented it, and at the same time we are the one who is going to use it.
True,
So
true.
it's in our hands. So all the decision controls are always with the humans. Yes.
So then, how can recruiters and HR professionals prepare themselves, for the future where AI becomes a everyday part of their work? Then, how do you create that differentiation that, we still retain the human element? How does that work out to be?
Today in talent acquisition, I would say, even of course in other industries also there's a lot of AI tools, but to name some like Lena AI or Phenom or the more focused recruiting tools which is there in the market, people have to use it. Until unless you don't use it, I have seen in companies that the company is ready to integrate their entire HRMS tool with the AI, but the curiosity with the people are not there.
Right.
So you have to learn, keep up keep up to the pace. That's what I say all the time, that keep up to the pace, and to keep up to the pace you have to learn each and every day,
Right.
adapt.
I think
and
that's the only constant that you need to
that's
maintain.
the constant, yes. So yes, and at the same time understand that yes, every tool is different.
Right.
Yeah. So that is the reason why, in fact, larger organizations today have their own AI tool. They have customized ones. Yes.
Correct.
So because every
They come with their
yeah.
own flaws and own pros
Yes.
and cons and everything. And I think you're
Exactly.
right, because you need to understand the tool first
Yes.
to use it better. Because then that same mistake will not happen where only male employees were getting hired and the females
Yes,
got left.
that's right.
True. Interesting.
And structuring it, how
Yeah.
you structure it. That's the reason why customization is very important. How you're structuring your work, up to what level the AI is applicable.
Right.
Even there are companies where even robots are onboarding, but at the same time I don't think that would be a culture which most of the companies would want to adopt it.
You're right.
Though it is able to do that, but at the
I think
same
it's a matter of time.
yes, it's a
where
matter of time.
that may become a norm itself. So
Yeah, but that warmth won't be there. That empathy won't be there with the
Correct.
So the empathy, and at the same time the negotiation skills. I don't think any company would want the negotiations to happen with an robo and a
Right.
human being.
Right.
So they would definitely want it to be
More
reserved
human.
with the TA person.
True.
So all these strategy and negotiations and also the empathy is very important for a TA role.
Right. Absolutely. Well, thank you once again, Archana. Good piece on AI and recruitment.
Thank you, Roshan.